The Wizarding Ray by Aleister Crowley. Velvet soft, the night star glowed over the untrodden toads, through the giant glades of yew, where the ray fell light as dew, lighting up the shimmering veil, maiden pure and airy frail, that the spiders wove to hide blushes of the Sylvan blide. Earth that trembled with delight at the male caress of night, velvet soft the wizard trod to the Sabbath of his god. With the naked feet he made starry blossoms of the glade, softly, softly as he went to the sombre sacrament, stealthy stepping in the tryst, in the gown of amethyst. Earlier yet his soul had come to the hill of martyrdom, where the charred and crooked stake, like a black envenomed snake, by the hangman's hands it thrust through the wet and withering dust. Never black and never dried, heart's blood of a suicide. He had plucked the hazel rods from the rude and goatish god, even as the curved mood's reigning cry, stolen from the kings of day. He had learnt the elvish sign, given the token of the nine, once to rave and once to revel, once to bow before the devil, once to swing the thuribule, once to kiss the goat of hell, once to dance the aspen spring, once to croak and once to sing, once to oil the savoury thighs of the rich with sea-green eyes, with the unguent magical, oh the honey and the gall of that black enchanter's lips, as he croons to the eclipse, mingling that most puissant smell of the giant gods of hell with the four ingredients of the evil elements: ambergris from golden spar, musk of ox from Mongol jar, civet from a box of jade, mixed with the fats of many a maid, slain with the enchantments of cold of the witches wild and old. He had crucified a toad in the basilisk abode, muttering the runes adverse, mad with many a mocking curse. He had traced the serpent sigil in the ghastly virgin vigil, Surmancor, the elfin hill, where the wind blows deadly chill from the wells that rails beneath, death's black throat and lipless teeth. There he had trod his bosom bare, tracing life upon the air, with the crook and with the flail, lashing forward on the gale, till his blade that wavereth, like the flickering of death, sank before his subtle fence to the starless sea of sense. Now at last the man has come, happily to his haledom. Surely as he waves his wad in the circle of the sod, springs the emerald chaste and clean from the duller paler green. Surely in the circle millions of immaculate pavilions flash upon the trembling turf, like the sea stars in the surf, millions of bejewelled tents for the warrior sacraments. Vaster, 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 vaster grows the stature of the master, all the ringed encampment vies with the infinite galaxies. In the midst of a cubic stone, with the devil set thereon, hath a lamp virginal throat, hath the body of a stoat, hath the buttocks of a goat, have the sanguine face and wad of a goddess and a god. Spell by spell and pace by pace, mystic flashes swing and trace, velvet soft and sigil stepped by the silver-starred adept, throat and front and to and fro, soul and body sway and flow in vertiginous caresses to imponderable recesses, till at last the spell is woven and the fiery veil is cloven, that was sequence, space and stress of the soul-sick consciousness. Give thy body to the beast, give thy spirits to the priests, break in train the hazel rod on the virgin lips of God, tear the rosy cross asunder, shatter the black bolt of thunder, such the swart and sanguine kiss of the resolute abyss. Wander reft the wizard heard this intolerable word, smot the blazing hazel wad on the scarlet lips of God, trample the cross and rosy core, break the thunder tool of Thor, meek and holy acolyte of the priestly hells of spite, light, sleek and shameless catamite of the beast that prowl by night, like a star that steams from heaven, through the virgin air's light riven, from the lift there shot and fell, an admirable miracle, craved, minute and clean, a key of the purest lapis lazuli, more blue than the blind sky that aches, weathered with the star her torturing snakes, for the dead god's kiss that never wakes, shot with golden specks of fire, like a virgin with desire, lurk the levers, fern frail fronds of fantastic diamonds, glimmering with ethereal azure in each exquisite embrasure of the shaft the letters lace, as if the dryad's lunar chase with the satyrs were embraced, spelled the secret of the key, sig pervenias, and he went his wizard's way, in weaving dreams of things beyond the believing. When he will, the weary world of the senses closely curled, like the serpent round his heart, shakes herself from the stands apart. So the heart's blood flames expanding, strenuous, urgent, and commanding, and the key unlocks a door where he loves lives evermore. She is of the fairy blood, all the Samarodine flows its flood, glowing in the amber sky, to inscrolled prophecy. She hath eyes of glittering flake, like a cold water grey snake. She hath naked breasts of amber, jetted wine in her bed's chamber, whereof Rousseau stoops and drinks, reads the riddle of the Sphinx. She hath naked limbs of amber, whereupon her children clamber. She hath 5 navel rosy red, from the 5 wounds that of the gods that bled, each wound that mothered her still bleeding, and on that blood her babes are feeding. Oh, like a rose-winged pelican, she hath bred blessed babes to Pan. Oh, like a lion-hued nightingale, she hath torn her breast on thorns to avail the barren rose tree to renew her life of that disastrous dew, building the rose o'er the world a light with the music out of the pale moonlight. Oh, she is like the river of blood that broke from the lips of that bastard god, when he saw that sacred mother smile on that ibis that flew up from the Nile, bearing the limbs unblessed, unborn, that lurking beast of the Nile had torn. So, for the word is wary, I, these dreadful souls of sense lay by, I sacrifice these impure shoon to the cold ray of the reigning moon. I take this fort hazel staff, and the rose of no terrain graff, and the lamp of no olive oil, with heart's blood that low may boil, with naked breast that feet unshould. I follow the wizard's way to God. Wherever he leads, my foot shall follow, over the heights into the hollow, up to the caves of pure cold breath, down the steeps of foul hot death, across the seas, through the fires, past the palace of desires, where he will, wherever he will or no. If I go, I cannot whither I go, for in me is the taint of the fairy blood. Fast, fast its emerald flood leaps within me, violent ruse, like a bestial fawn's beatitude. In me the fiery blood runs hard. My sides were a druid, a devil, a bard, a beast, a wizard, a snake, a satyr. For, as my mother said, what does it matter? For she was fey, pure of this fire, Queen Morgan's daughter of an demon that came to Orkney once to pay the beetle its orisons. So it is that I writhe in the twitch of the fiery blood and the wizard's itch, to attain a matter one may not utter, rather than sink to the greasy splutter of the Britons munching their bread and butter, ailing boys and coarse-grained girls, grown to sloppy women and brutal churls. So I am off with the staff in hand, to the endless light of the nameless land. Darkness spreads its sombre streams, blotting out the elfin dreams. I might happily be afraid, were it not the feather maid leads me softly by the hand, whispers to me to understand. Now, when through the world of weeping, light and starely creeping steals upon my babe new light, light, oh light, that is not light. On my mouth the lips of her, like a stone on my sepulchre. Seal my speech with ecstasy, till a babe is born of me, that is silent more than I, for its inarticulate cry, hushed that its mouth is pressed to the pearl, her honey breasts, while its breath divinely ripples the rose petals of her nipples, and the jetted milky laps from the soft delicious paps, sweeter than the bee-sweet showers in the chalice of the flowers, more intoxicating than all the purple grapes of Pan. Ah, my proper lips are stilled, only all the world is filled with the echo that drips over, like the honey from the clover. Passion, penitence, and pain speak their mother's womb again, and are born the triple treasure, peace, purity, and pleasure. Hush, my child, and come aloft, where the stars are velvet soft.